They say some places are just built differently. They say the very ground holds the memories of giants. They say the air itself crackles with the echoes of greatness. In the heart of New York City, there is such a place. It's a place spoken of in hushed, reverent tones, and with boisterous, undeniable pride by others. They call it Madison Square Garden. But for those who truly understand the game, for those who have felt its pulse and witnessed its magic, it has another name: the Mecca of Basketball. This isn't just a nickname, my friends. It is a declaration. It is a testament to a history so rich, so profound, that it has become the very center of the basketball universe. This story, this legend, did not just appear out of thin air. It was not given, it was earned. It was forged in the fire of competition, night after night, year after year. It began as a simple venue, a place for shows and events in a city that never sleeps. But slowly, something special started to happen on its hallowed hardwood. The bounce of the ball began to sound different here. The swish of the net carried a little more weight. The roar of the crowd felt a little more powerful. It became a stage where the greatest stories in the sport were not just told, but lived, breathed, and etched into the collective memory of fans everywhere. To understand the Mecca, you have to understand the journey. Let's get one thing straight. The Madison Square Garden we know today, sitting atop Penn Station, is not the original. It's the fourth of its name. But each version of the garden carried the torch, passing the legacy down through the decades like a sacred heirloom. The first two were located on Madison Square, giving the venue its historic name. They were places of spectacle, hosting boxing. They were places of spectacle, hosting circuses. But as the game of basketball grew, the garden grew with it. It became the premier stage in the biggest city in the world. Any event instantly felt more important simply because of where it was being held. The current garden, opened in 1968, cemented this status. Think about its location. It's not in some distant suburb. It is planted directly in the heart of Manhattan, built over the busiest transportation hub in the nation. This is not an accident. It is essential to its identity. It means that the entire city, the entire region, flows through it. Fans pour in from every borough. Fans pour in from Long Island. Fans pour in from New Jersey. Fans pour in from Connecticut. They arrive by train. They arrive by subway. They arrive by foot, all converging on this one central point. It is a true meeting place, a crossroads of humanity brought together by a shared passion for the game. This accessibility transformed the garden into the ultimate melting pot of basketball fandom. Wall Street broker, construction worker, celebrities, die-hard fans up in the rafters, all side by side. Before the bright lights of the NBA fully took over, it was the college kids who first consecrated the garden's floor. We cannot, and I mean we cannot, talk about the Mecca without paying respect to college basketball. In the 1940s and 50s, the National Invitation Tournament, the NIT, was the biggest show in town. It was bigger than the NCAA tournament. And where was it held? That's right, Madison Square Garden. The best teams in the country came to New York City to battle for a national championship. And they did it on that court. The Garden became synonymous with college basketball at its highest level. These were not just games, they were events. The city was captivated by the holiday festivals and the NIT showdowns. Legends were born in those tournaments. Guys like CCNY's 1950 team, the only team in history to win both the NIT and NCAA tournaments in the same year, became city heroes. The Garden was their playground. For young players from all over America, playing at the Garden was the pinnacle. It was a chance to prove yourself on the biggest stage, under the brightest lights, in front of the most demanding fans in the country. That is where the mystique truly began to build. The tradition of big-time college hoops continued for decades. The ECAC Holiday Festival was a staple. The Big East tournament turned the Garden into a war zone for a week in March. Georgetown, Syracuse, St. John's, Villanova, fighting tooth and nail for conference supremacy. If college basketball built the foundation, the New York Knicks built the palace. The professional game gave the Mecca its royal family. When the Knicks were good, I mean truly great, there was no place on earth like Madison Square Garden. The Willis Reed moment in Game 7 of the 1970 NBA Finals. That is the defining chapter in the book of the Mecca. A captain, a warrior, hobbling out of the tunnel with a torn thigh muscle to inspire his team to a championship. The explosion of that crowd when he hit his first 2 shots is the stuff of legend. It was more than a basketball game. It was a testament to the power of the human spirit, and it happened right there. The teams of the early 70s, with Reed, Walt, Clyde Frazier, Dave DeBoucher, Earl the Pearl Monroe, Bill Bradley, they played the game the right way. They played team basketball, they played defense, smart, tough, unselfish, and the Garden was their throne room. Clyde, with his cool demeanor and flashy style, was the king of cool on the court that defined cool. The fans didn't just watch them, they adored them. That era cemented the bond between the city, the team, and the building. It proved that championships could be won here, making the Garden a destination for glory. Then came the 90s, the grit, the grind, the absolute warfare of the Knicks under Pat Riley, the battles against Michael Jordan's Bulls, the rivalry with Reggie Miller's Pacers. The Garden was an absolute cauldron of hostility for any opponent who dared to step foot inside. Michael Jordan called it his favorite place to play. He had his double nickel 55. Kobe dropped 61. LeBron had countless iconic performances. You have to understand something about the fans at Madison Square Garden. They are not passive observers, they are active participants. They are the 6th man on the court for the home team. They are a relentless psychological force against the visitors. The sound inside that building is different. It's not just a generic cheer. It's a deep guttural roar that comes from the soul of the city. It's a sound born of passion, of knowledge, of an unwavering belief that they can influence the outcome of the game. And let me tell you something, they often do. When the Garden gets going, when the Knicks are on a run, and the defense gets a big stop, the wave of sound that crashes down on the court is a physical force. Players have talked about it for years. They say it feels like the floor is shaking. They say it gives them an extra jolt of adrenaline, an extra spring in their step. A simple fast break can feel like a world-changing event when it's accompanied by the eruption of 20,000 New Yorkers. That energy is infectious. It turns momentum into an avalanche, making a 10-point lead feel like a 30-point lead. On the flip side, that same roar can be absolutely terrifying for an opponent. It's not just loud, it's smart. Reggie Miller became a legend not just for beating the Knicks, but for embracing the role of the villain and feeding off the crowd's hatred. This unique relationship between the fans and the game is what makes the Mecca feel so alive. It's a living, breathing entity. They expect effort. They demand toughness. They appreciate great basketball, even from an opponent, though maybe only after the game. A night at Madison Square Garden is never just about basketball. It is a spectacle. It is an event. From the moment you walk in, the energy is palpable. The lights seem brighter. The colors seem sharper. The history is all around you with banners in the rafters, photos of legends lining the concourses. This is New York City, the entertainment capital of the world, and the Garden is its premier showplace. The game itself is the main act. The entire production is designed to feel larger than life. It's Broadway with a bounce pass. Think about who is sitting courtside. A-list actors, Grammy-winning musicians, titans of industry, political figures. Spike Lee in his customized Knicks gear is as much a part of the Garden experience as the players themselves. This celebrity presence adds a layer of glamour and importance. The cameras pan, the Jumbotron flashes. The in-game presentation is second to none. The music, the lights, the halftime shows. When the lights go down and the music swells, the anticipation is unbelievable. It's a show designed to create heroes and villains, to build drama, to make every moment feel monumental. Even a regular season game can feel like a playoff game because the atmosphere is built for maximum impact. This is what separates the Garden. It doesn't just host the show, it is the show. This fusion of sports and entertainment draws everyone. It keeps the building packed, buzzing, and always relevant. It makes a Knicks game a hot ticket, a social event, a shared cultural experience that transcends the final score. So why do we call it the Mecca of Basketball? After everything we have discussed, the answer should be crystal clear. It is not a marketing slogan. It is not hyperbole. It is a title that has been earned over nearly a century of unforgettable moments. A Mecca is a place to which people are drawn, a center of activity and attraction. For basketball players, for coaches, for fans. Madison Square Garden is that place. It is the ultimate pilgrimage. It is the destination where you go to test your faith in the game and to witness its highest sermons. The name is a recognition of its history. Early NIT championships, glory days of the 70s Knicks, wars of the 90s, iconic performances by visiting superstars. Every era wrote important chapters on the Garden floor. These moments are not just memories. They are the building blocks of the sport's entire narrative. The Garden is a living museum. The ghosts of Clyde, Willis, Ewing still roam the halls. The echoes of the loudest cheers linger in the rafters. To play there is to commune with the legends. It's also about the standard. The bright lights demand more. They expose frauds. They elevate champions. In the end, it is the convergence of everything. The city, the history, the fans, the stage, the heart of the city that never sleeps.